Welcome back once again, everyone, to Mack9's Minds. I'm your host, Mack9. You know, last episode I actually said I was going to do it off camera, but I got back over to my house and I was like, you know what? I I know it's going to be a little dull, but I kind of don't want to do anything off camera. I'd rather be able to catch everything, show that it's legit. I'm not using any sort of mods to give me an unfair advantage. I'm not using a creative mode or a single player command sort of thing to go ahead and get everything that I want to in. So I'm going to go ahead and head a little bit to the west here, so that way I can collect the glass and go ahead and finish out the building here for Sky Lookout Tower, or Cloud Lookout Tower rather. Now I know there was a desert, I believe, just over here on the other side of this village, so that's where we're going to be heading first. Get up plenty of glass from plenty of sand, maybe collect a few cacti, and bring everything back to my base, and expand my chest a little bit, so that way we're able to hold a little bit more stuff. Just keep things on hand, of course. Also, this episode I need to collect a bit more wood off of some local trees, as well as plant some trees and get a decent little tree farm started. So, yeah, what's going on, guys? I'm recording these pretty regularly now. At least I feel it's fairly regularly. I'm trying to stay ahead of the curve, and I'm actually recording while my PC is rendering, just because of the fact I can manage. It can do multiple things at once. It's no big deal to record and to be able to actually render at the same time. It's more the issue of uploading at the same time. Uploading is going to take absolutely forever, and I know I can queue up multiple things to upload onto YouTube, but oh my god, it is abysmally slow. And also, I'm sorry, but this big flat area of land, and then all of a sudden this lump right here kind of threw me off. I absolutely had to fix that right then and there. OCD and the mini burdens. Ah, there went my shovel. Okay, new shovel. Just gonna use this one until it breaks. So I've been thinking about what all I want to include into my town that I'm bridging between these places. I'm gonna build in some familiar builds off of other people's designs. Basically, I'm gonna give people credit. Say, okay, like the Cloud Lookout Tower. That's Paulsoaresjr's. That's his original design that he built way back in his first season of Survive and Thrive forever ago on YouTube, which the link should be either in an annotation right about now, or it'll be in the link below the video. But the majority of the town is going to be mostly stuff that I'm coming up with. I'm going to build a lot of little shops, stalls, blacksmith, a windmill, some farms, some basic housings. I've got a basic idea of a design that I love to use. I saw something similar to it a long time ago on planetminecraft.net. Link should be in an annotation right about now. And I really thought it was cool. I tried to implement it. I didn't really like it in most circumstances because it didn't feel natural enough. It didn't feel like it was something gained with you know, basic single player thriftiness. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna change this around a little bit, and I kind of made a new house. If it was to be described in a previously used term, Paulsoaresjr has his cozy cottage design, which he kind of varied off of a previous design that he had seen somewhere else. Is basically what I did here. Is I have an idea that incorporates sand, wool, wood, and smooth stone to create a pretty nice little house, and it's very nice, easy to replicate, and it still has that look and feel like, ooh, nice little water area here. What is that? Is that clay? That is clay. I've not seen clay in this particular texture pack, so this was kind of a a new one for me. But it's a nice, easy enough to replicate house design. So I'm thinking, hey, that'll be pretty nice, and I can be able to populate a pretty good sized area of the town with something that looks like it needs to be incorporated in a town, something that's actually house-worthy, livable. I'll go over here to my actual house, because you know what, I need to incorporate windows into my house as well. So I'll just go ahead and knock out a couple holes in the wall, throw in some windows once this glass cooks, and I also have clay, which doesn't really do anything for me right now. Let's see here. Go ahead and throw the clay in the chest. Need to expand the chest. So, oh yes, I have got a few bits of wood left. Let's go ahead and make another chest. Putting two chests together always expands the chest, makes basically double the inventory for one single inventory screen, so instead of it just being these 3 rows of 9, it's going to be 6 rows of 9 for a total of 54 slots. And throw the flowers in there, don't need that right now. I do have additional seeds, I can use that for making some land with farm on it. Don't need the string right now. We have saplings, we have fence. Go ahead and get some sand cooking. I have enough charcoal to be able to produce 64 bits of sand. It basically takes 8 pieces in order to make a full stack of 64. So this is going to leave 1 bit of charcoal left when this whole stack is cooked through. While I'm at it, I might as well go ahead and craft a second furnace for my house here, just so that way I can be doubly as efficient. Go ahead and get out 8 pieces right there, and I don't need to actually cook anything right now. But what I can do while that glass is cooking is collect up a bit more wood, and also fill up this hole, because that's just going to drive me crazy having to walk around a hole all the time. But you know what they say, creeper's gonna crate. Creeper's gonna crate. Which I think that's supposed to be craters gonna crate, but it doesn't matter. Creepers leave craters. Needs to be filled. This also needs to be filled. That'll be okay. See what I'm saying? I'm completely OCD about this game. And this for a game that can be completely random and generate itself all the time, that's not a very good quality to have. Again, the mod I'm using on this near vanilla play is Timber, which will be relinked in the description. I know I had it in the first video, but the first video was I was kind of nervous. I was very quickly talking, trying to sound very professional, and I feel like a complete tool for the first episode. But you know what? If you guys liked it, that's great. If not, I'm just trying to improve upon it. One moment. Sorry about that. I'm just gonna go ahead and leave that in because that's a very tiny amount to cut from a video edit. But basically, my fiance's cat was wanting into the room that I'm recording in, and he's planning on stalking birds in the window. He can't get to them, and I don't know if he'd know what to do if he actually got hold of one, but it's adorable to sit here and watch him trying to get at the birds in the window. One thing you can never have too much of, and that's wood. Wood is so unbelievably useful. You get the logs, they turn into 4 planks. The planks you can use to craft a vast amount of things. They work as an amazing building resource. They're quick and easy to gather, especially with mods like this. Plus they also add I don't know if you guys can hear that, but he's chirping at a bird outside. They can add a vast amount of depth and variety with the fact that birch wood creates a whiter or brighter bit of log than regular wood, and the planks that it produces are also at a brighter color. So say if I wanted to illustrate this point, normal wood versus birch. Obviously, two completely different tones. You might have already noticed that in my floor in the little shack I have. But it's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. It gives you a lot of depth and a lot of variety that you can be able to add into your structures. Go ahead and collect up all the saplings. It's getting dark. I need to get a move on, but I gotta pick up all the drops. I gotta have all the loots. Need more loots. And drop a torch there, and a torch there, and I'm out of torches. But that's okay. I've got wood. Wood alone can equal more torches. Let's go ahead and take 8 logs. 8 logs. Stick that in there. Basically spend 1 coal to get 8 charcoal, which is what I was using down here for the sand. It looks like we're getting close to about halfway done on the sand. I'm gonna go ahead and take this and knock a couple holes in my walls, add in some windows. So like here and here. Add a double wide window on the back wall. Add in a window as well, and on this wall add in a window. Oh, that's lovely. I'm gonna have a nice little view of the little wheats, of the little field of wheats there, which actually look like they're about ready to be harvested, but it's the middle of the night, so I'm just gonna go ahead and take a nap. And oh my god, it's daytime. Let's see. Throw those in there. I could actually probably make a dark room and combine the mushrooms in the dark room, which will allow them to keep spreading and growing. So I think I'll go ahead and do that now, just because I have a wooden pick. I'm going to use a wooden pick, knock in a hole. For mushrooms, they don't really require a whole lot of light, which can be a problem if you're worried about monsters spawning, because I've had problems in the past with mushroom holes that I'm trying to grow mushrooms in, and then all of a sudden there's like way too many monsters. I try and go in and collect the mushrooms, the monsters come out, it's a bit of a pain. Now I know I've actually watched a couple videos of people online that make automated mushroom farms, and it's usually pretty ingenious. They have a piston system that releases water, and the water itself flows out and knocks up all the mushrooms on the ground floor inside the dim area, the dim room, and they leave certain mushrooms up on elevated blocks so that way they're not hit by the water flowing by and will continue to spread eventually over time. Only problem with that is you kind of have to have the redstone and the pistons and the dim room and the mushrooms, and I just don't have all of that quite yet. So it's a little harder to just manage something like that starting out. But let's go ahead and make more torches really quickly. But it's not completely unfeasible for me to possibly throw something like that in eventually into this map. It's just it's not on the immediate to-do list because of how complex it typically is. Further, I've watched a lot of like Minecraft Workbench and Lachlan play, and I know he's like a wizard with redstone, but I often have no idea how that stuff is functioning properly. I mean, I originally went to school for electrical engineering, which is nothing but, you know, circuit boards, and I still have trouble with Minecraft redstone. Though fortunately, I do know that the next Minecraft update, the 1.3 update, is actually supposed to be including something into it that would basically give you the effect of a diode where power signal is able to flow one way in and not flow back the other direction, and that's kind of neat. I can actually think of a couple different mechanisms I'd be able to produce with something like that, and it kind of opens up a bit of possibilities in terms of not only design aesthetics but design choice in terms of what you're producing. All right, so let me quit rambling here and actually produce a couple more picks for myself. Another good aspect of digging out a dim room for mushrooms right now is I get stone. And I need stone. I also need to organize my inventory because this is driving me nuts already. Oh my gosh. It's one thing that I am OCD about, but I don't actually worry about very much, is the fact that I don't really keep my inventory very clean often. But I think this will do. This is my dim room. I think it'll be dim enough to not spawn monsters, but still bright enough to not destroy the mushrooms. They look okay right there, I think. Go ahead and put down both red mushrooms. Basically with mushrooms you combine one of each type of mushroom and a bowl, which you can craft out of, I think, wood. Yes? Yes, you can create a bowl out of wood? Yes, bowls. Basically combine those with the mushrooms and you can make mushroom stew, which is another easy way of refilling your hunger bar. Ooh, there's a thought. 3. Something else you can make with 3 units, very similar to a bowl, is a bucket. Yay! Also, probably wouldn't hurt to have that other thing that I just saw in the crafting window. Some shears. Shears you can use to collect wool and collect leaves. Mostly I'm going to be using it to collect leaves, but either is really needed for a creative playthrough. There's a creeper. Oh, that was a perfect time to have a lag spike hit. It's like, hey, guess what? My frame is just gonna drop on you right here and now. Well, at least I have plenty of dirt to fill in the hole. Didn't look like he even touched the sand, which sand is supposed to be just as destructible as dirt. Kind of weird, but I'm glad that he didn't blow up the sand, because then that lake would look like crap and would be flowing over here, and I would just lose my mind. Alright, and that's filled back in. We'll go ahead and grab a bucket from the corner here, because that will refill. I'll head back up the hill here. I think the glass should be getting close to being done. I don't have a shovel. Son of a diddly. Okay, that's okay. That's fine. That's okay. Go ahead and make another shovel. There's some wood there. Or 1, 2, 1, 2. I guess it's really my own fault. I am using cobblestone to produce tools, which isn't exactly the most durable thing in the world, but it's relatively quick. It's easy to make, and you can produce a lot of it without having to worry really about the expense that you're going through. I mean, cobblestone itself is relatively cheap. It's easy to access. It's easy to gain. Don't have a whole lot of worry behind that. Now, I think there's already a lot of animals right around here. This would probably make an adequate area of farmland. So I think I might just turn this field right here into a large farm. But I'd kind of like to have a bit evener an area to work with. The reason why I grabbed the bucket of water is I'm looking to actually make an infinite water source using 2 buckets. However, I didn't want to waste the iron, so 2 trips. Huzzah! Testificate MD. Yeah, that'll be fine. It's relatively close proximity. Guess I should actually probably place it up here on the hill. Yeah, right up through here. And I actually have less dirt to move and less to replace. I'll just do it right through here. Sorry for the tiny bit of indecisiveness here. Location is everything, and I'm really OCD, so not having a good location is just going to make me flip out or make me fret and just completely bother me perpetually. Don't mind it so much when it's somebody else's video, unless it's just blatantly obvious. And I'm never one of the people that are like, you missed coal, you missed cobble. It doesn't matter if it's just like a couple ore, if it's one ore, two ore. If they miss diamond, yeah, that's something you need to let people know about. But maybe they're not going for diamond. Maybe they're on creative. Maybe their whole goal is not to collect diamond. That's a very real possibility. And there's no point in adding a comment to somebody's video just because, hey, you missed coal. Oop. Broke my first shovel. There's my second shovel. Go ahead and fill in this hole here. Now, while I can appreciate the depth and variety to the landscape, like having a little hole right here that I'm currently filling in, it's one of those things that are only mild annoyances. Like this little hole right here, it adds character to the landscape. However, if I want to use this area for like a specific building or a series of plots of lands, wow, all the sheep just kind of staring at me. It's going to benefit me more to have it, you know, nice and flat. Go ahead and collect up a bit of wool as well while I'm here. And the sheep can eat all the tall grass around here, just help them regenerate their wool. Not sure if you can, but I think you might be able to apply a dye directly to a sheep, and then that sheep's wool will perpetually come out that color. If that's the case, I'm going to try and get enough sheep that I can be able to produce all the colors that are naturally found in Minecraft wool. So you get the cyan, the magenta, all that good neat stuff. Wow, I don't know what's up with these loading lag spikes. Maybe it's Fraps recording into a new video. Fraps likes to break down my my recordings into like multiple sets, so if I have one video, I hit the button one time, it might record like 4 or 5 different clips of one long unbroken scene, and I'm like, why are you breaking it up? I don't want it broke up. Why are you breaking it up? But I guess that's just the way Fraps is. Alright, so it looks like our glass is indeed done. As well as the sun is done too. It looks like it's already nighttime again, so I'm just going to go ahead and sleep. And we're going to go ahead and take our new glass over here, plonk them into Cloud Lookout Tower. I'm going to also have a nom really quickly. Nom nom nom, nom nom nom. Back at full hearts. Doesn't really matter, I guess, because I'm not actively doing it. Oh my gosh, there's an Enderman just kind of blinking around. That's what he does, I guess. Got a spider over here too. Go ahead and collect his string. He's not doing too well. He's trying to avoid the sunlight, and he's picking up a block, and that's what I really hate about Enderman. I wish I could just turn him off, because sometimes I'll build something like this, and they'll just kind of wander on up and take a block. I mean, it's not even like it's a take a penny, leave a penny service. They just take a block and then go about their business, and it's a little annoying because of the fact that it's ruining the build. If there's a specific design that's a specific way because it will, you know, spawn something into a certain location or keep a certain something from doing whatever, running past a certain point, if they just walk up and pick up the block, you're basically screwed. And I don't really care for that. That's kind of annoying to deal with. I know it's just part of the game, but it's a little annoying to be able to deal with. Because they don't really seem to pick up only one specific type of stuff. They seem to go for whatever's available, and that does get frustrating. I've seen them pick up wood blocks. I've seen them pick up my cobble blocks. It's been ridiculous. I've heard that they're only supposed to pick up things like grass. I've heard that they're supposed to pick up things like stone and wood, and it just kind of makes the landscape look fugly sometimes when they place a bit of stone on top of some grass just randomly out in the open, where I walk through a forest and there's just a bunch of trees that are missing individual blocks. It's like, really? You're not even going to take the whole tree down for me? That's a pretty awful move there, sir. But they're Endermen. They're perpetually trolling. Let's see. Probably wouldn't hurt to have. Actually, no. Have those on hand. Move that dirt onto that stack. And I need a hoe. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, by Minecraft, you can have a hoe. Your very own personal hoe. Make that hoe work in the fields. One thing I never like about hoes is that they do have a tendency to break down really quickly on me. But maybe then I am just mining or farming rather far too much. Also, probably wouldn't hurt to have a bit more fence. Do I still have my fence on me? Shake head. Go back for the fence. Fence get. Let's make some more fence while I'm here. Just go ahead and turn all this into wood. And sticks. Lots of sticks. Break the sticks. Break the sticks, break the sticks, break the sticks. Fences. Break the sticks, break the sticks, break the sticks, break the sticks. Oh. Sticks broke. Fences. Fences. 46 fences. That's probably plenty. Maybe. No. That's not plenty. But I'm going to try and make it do. Actually, I could also stand to have some more cobble, but that's not a real big deal. I have wood. Wood'll work. I'll make it work. I also have stone steps here because I didn't add in the little steps that Paul put in front of his lookout tower. So I'm going to go ahead and add that in now as well. Boom. And then we can add in the fence and the cobble. And I'll also need the wood. I think I'll also need a door, but I'm not really worried about the door. I'd rather use a fence gate anyway. So we place that. I think he had it about 7 long, 8 long. Let's do 8. 8 sounds about right. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Dirt! There you are. 8. That's 8 correct. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Dirt, 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 dirt. I'm going to put a stone here on the corner. we only had 2 fences right here. We had our block for the bordering of his gate. He had fence, which I believe these are actually wood in his design, but it's okay. I like stone a little bit better anyway, and it's going to look nicer for the overall polish of it. Probably just going to throw a fence gate in here as well, because fence gates weren't exactly available at the time when he first built this, and this just kind of runs in line right here. I think eventually he also ended up dropping down and building some murder holes along the edge, which is basically you dig a 2 down hole on the sides. That way when mobs come, they can fall down the hole, and then you only open up the bottom facing hole to the mob, and you'll be able to basically attack them at will, and they can't really retaliate or fight back. Just an easy way to farm up some additional resources, farm up some experience in this day and age. But it's a little bit harder to convince enemies to wander close enough to your base to actually... lag spike, I hate those. To actually warrant building something like that now at this point, but you know, I might throw some murder holes around this thing, build a lower floor, just to keep it close to original design. But there we go. That's Cloud Lookout Tower. Obviously, it's a good bit below the clouds, and I haven't actually seen so many clouds since I've installed this texture pack. Do I have an option that turns clouds off or something? Oh, I do. Must have had clouds off for some reason. Oh well. Next, opposite of here, we'll go ahead and start work on a barn. Now this place is actually going to end up having the lighter color wood that I'm using right here, just because I happen to have it already pre-crafted, but it'll also look kind of nice too. It's a bit cleaner a look, I suppose. Now traditionally, you know, barns are whatever color you happen to paint them, but there's some sort of brown natural look of the wood, or there's some sort of red. This one's just going to happen to be a bit brighter wood, like it's whitewashed. Or at least sun-bleached. Which I suppose works. This area hasn't exactly seen any rain yet that I know of. I haven't left the game on overnight or anything. It's basically playing it pretty consistently. Leave up double wide doors for the front door. We'll also add in a back door over here somewhere about here. Yeah, that'll be fine. Then I can throw a couple windows in on that side. We're going to make a floor on the interior out of cobblestone. I'm going to need more cobblestone, of course. Always need more cobblestone because I'm not actually down in the mines all the time. We're building. We're actually building. And that's probably my favorite part of Minecraft, is just, you know, coming out here, building. I mean, almost to the point that I'd rather play in creative, but, you know, it's actually a little bit more entertaining, not only for myself with the thrill and the threat of actually being capable of dying, but it just feels more complete when you actually have to gather the resources yourself. Things like diamonds are nice, things like redstone are nice, but they only last you so long, whereas a good building, a good infrastructure, a good design aesthetic will not only please and make it feel like it's a more complete image, but it'll also last longer. I mean, it's not like these blocks have wear and tear on them like my cobblestone weapons and tools that are all breaking. Diamond, sure, it takes forever to break, and it works wonderfully against enemies, but it only lasts for so long, whereas a building and a structure, they can last a pretty long time until they get hit by lightning, or a creeper runs up and punches a hole through the wall. I think I'm going to do this floor about half stone, and the other half over here are going to be wood. Maybe put a little fence-off section here, maybe a couple lofts, and then out here we'll actually have a pasture where I'll keep all my lovely little animals. Alright, so basic design on this guy is coming along, and I actually want to use this color wood for the floor. It's not quite as bright, a little dirtier looking. And I know it's starting to turn to night. I just wanted to go ahead and finish the floor before I go and sleep off the night and conclude this episode. And I keep taking that off the bar. Why do I keep taking the axe off the bar? I need the axe. Alright. So that's going to be the end of this episode. I'm going to go ahead and kill this skeleton right here before I head back to the house. Down with you. Down. Down. Good boy. Before I head back to the house, go ahead and, oh. God, that scared me for a second there. It's a zombie banging on a door. Go ahead and hit the house, hit the bed. Go ahead and remember to like the video if you enjoyed what you saw. Remember to comment, subscribe. There's monsters nearby. Where are the monsters? Did I get anything down here? Nothing's grown here. I hear a spider though. It's probably outside. It's one of those flaws to putting a bed right next to a wall. Let's go ahead and drop this, I guess, closer to center. I'm eventually going to make a bit nicer house, but I'm going to leave that for a different episode just because, hey, I've got some pretty cool ideas for what I want to do with a house, but it's going to require quite a bit of resources to do so. So until then, catch you guys next time. Remember, again, like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and leave suggestions down there if you have any builds you'd like to try and see me implement into the town, or if you have any suggestions to the series. Once again, peace.